I am closing in on 1,000 there, Rob. You are correct, sir. Alrighty, so here we go. We're going to kick this pig off. All right. Hello, gentlemen. How are we doing?
We're doing well. Good afternoon.
Awesome. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our very first episode of Tomb of Annihilation. It appears that we only have 3 out of our 4 players on the table. Oh my god. So let's remove him right off our combat tracker. We'll remove him right off my map over here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to go through and introduce each of the players. We're going to introduce each of their characters. They can say a little bit about themselves, and then I will get into what is going on. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please keep in mind that today is the first day of vacation for my kids. They have a 4-day, or in some cases 5-day vacation, so they are in the background yelling and screaming at each other, and I will be possibly getting up and committing some sort of a heinous act to them with the microphones closed at some point in time. So why don't we start off with Cumberbach? Why don't you please introduce yourself and your character?
Hi, I am Cumberbatch Goslin. I am a half-elf paladin. He's my character. I'm in London. We've just had a quick intro between ourselves, but I think I've been doing D&D since first edition, but I had a bit of a gap, and I've come back to it with fifth edition. My character is an ex-pirate who had a revelation and decided to become a paladin for a different god, Torm, the god of courage and self-sacrifice, as opposed to the lawful evil pirate god of storms. What that meant is that anytime I now go on a ship or anywhere near the sea, there's a storm and there's a shipwreck, and I never die, but lots of other people get drowned and I just get washed up on shore. So I try to keep away from ship travel in case my old god gets angry again and wants me back for some reason. I don't know why I'm that important, but you can tell what gods do, what gods think. And yeah, I'm just a run-of-the-mill paladin, I guess. Otherwise, trying to do my best, try to do what's good for everyone. But I consider myself a bit of a pretty boy. I think it's part of my pirate days. As my name implies, I think I'm pretty good with the ladies, though I have no evidence of that. But I still act as if I do. So yeah, that's Cumberbatch Goslin.
Awesome, very cool. And tell us a little bit about yourself as a player, please.
So I started playing Dungeons and Dragons back in school in the 80s. AD&D first edition. I did some game mastering as well of AD&D first edition and a bit of second edition as well, and then stopped for a bit. Although I have also played other things like Call of Cthulhu and RuneQuest for a little while. Then came back to role playing maybe a year ago or less, maybe 9 months ago. Came out of a very innocent question from someone or one of my friends saying, "What is Dungeons and Dragons?" Because they kept hearing about it. And I basically started explaining it to them, and I thought, "Oh yeah, it was pretty good." So I went back to it. I'm reasonably okay with the rules of 5th edition, although I'm not sort of an expert buying that. Wouldn't feel at all comfortable game mastering at the moment. But I think I'm reasonably up to speed with everything to play. Any questions?
I love how you say I'm reasonably up to speed, and the first real good size solid campaign you get to play for 5th edition is Tomb of Annihilation, which turns all the rules of 5th edition on its head. So that's awesome.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's you got to start somewhere.
Exactly. All right, let's move on. Let's go on to Fletch Tailwind.
Hey, I'm Zeb. I play Fletch Tailwind today. Never been on Geo's table or even on streaming before, but I've been playing D&D since mid '70s, and as such, AD&D rules were in my head until I saw 5th edition, saw how they simplified thinking. We used to say anybody that understands THAC0 doesn't really understand THAC0. But
I miss THAC0. Oh, I miss it.
Yeah, I don't. It took too long to play. You had to do a lot of thinking.
You didn't have your slide ruler ready? Come on.
Pretty much, yeah, that's exactly it. We used to play on a chalkboard that was laid on the table in the back of the school, and use chalk and our dice as our tokens.
Yep, I remember doing that too.
Yeah, fond memories of those days. Fletch is a ranger. As far from my own personal personality as probably I could ever get. He grew up on the streets of a town, and then found a patron that helped him get educated as a ranger. Now he's got educated, he's got to figure out what to do with his life. So he's just searching for something. Doesn't know what it is.
Very good. All right. And last but not least, we'll talk to Gallus.
Hello. I'm Caffeine Stew. I'm playing Gallus Dex, a Dragonborn Paladin, another Paladin. So we got 2 Paladins. Should be interesting. I never played a Dragonborn before as well. So I'm another person here. We're all from the 1st edition pretty well. Last time I played was like 1987 tabletop. So I remember the days. Yeah, we played with the starter kits and all that stuff too. So going back to those times.
Very cool. And do you have a little history for Gallus that you'd like to expound for us?
Okay. He's basically been sent out. He's a younger Dragonborn. He's just starting out in his clan and his region. He's been tasked to. He's kind of an emissary, spy kind of thing. I guess he's out to gather information and to gain friendship or connections with other places, and just seek out any evil things like that and take it to task.
Ooh, very cool. All right, so now a little bit of background for my players, and how this is going to run. And this is also for my chat. So, ladies and gentlemen, sure, we only have 3 characters on our table at the moment. However, the 4th character is chat. You are my fickle hand of fate. You are the punishers or the benevolent protectors of our party of adventurers, who we have, as we said, 2 paladins and a ranger right now. So we're actually doing pretty well as far as fighting goes, but there's no healing, really, amongst the 3 of them, other than the random lay on hands that they have. So this is going to be kind of interesting. to start off with our first session. Now, for those of you who have watched a TOA stream or a video or something like that, they usually start the same way. Everybody knows them. It's probably the highest streamed out of all the different D&D modules, and I've already told my players that things are going to be starting off a little differently on my table, since I don't want anybody to have a leg up on any other competition. We are going to be doing things a little differently. We are starting off things a little differently. But chat, because you are the fickle hand of fate, you get to help or hinder the party with your cheers and with your stream experience points. If you type store in the chat, it'll bring up a whole list of items that you can purchase to either help or hinder the party. The people have had lots of fun screwing with the players over the last 3 games that have been running for the patrons, and it's a lot of fun for them. So if you would wish to join this game, try to be a little bit nice to these people, because they might take it out on you at a later date. But let me go ahead and share a map with the players, which is really funny because I did not read their backgrounds before I created this little encounter. So we're going to start off. No!
Not again.
Not again. Exactly. Exactly. So we are going to be doing things a little differently today here, ladies and gents. We open our scene, we open our game with our partially conscious characters clinging to wreckage of a ship. It's hot and sunny. The water is glass still. The gulls overhead cry and scream at you as Lathander's eye, Lathander being the god of the sun in Forgotten Realms, Lathander's eye stares down at you, beating into your flesh. Even the gold dragonborn, who's clinging to a relatively large piece, even he can feel the sting of Lathander's gaze on him. Your lips are dried and cracked open. Your faces are covered with the remnants of brine that has been, it's just been getting drier on you, and so you're covered in salt, and you just vaguely, in your partially conscious minds, you vaguely just kind of look up and you hear cries of gulls, and your minds begin to echo backwards in time to when you were walking into the Adventurers Guild headquarters in Waterdeep. As you had walked in, there was a number of other people making all sorts of noise all around you. They were milling around a front table. And at this table was a scribe. He took each of your names, gave you a number, and told you to sit off on the side and wait for a few moments. After what seemed like an eternity, each of you had your numbers called and you were brought into a room together. The 3 of you, Fletch, Gallus, and Cumberbach, the 3 of you were led into a room together, and the people you saw before you were a fat man in an ill-fitting metal breastplate with a waxed handlebar mustache, and he was sitting behind a large desk. Standing to his right was a man who looked like he was probably a red wizard at one time, with the tattoos across his body, but has since tried to scratch them off his body or have them carved away from his body, because large pieces of these tattoos were flayed away and kind of fading. But to his left was a woman that caught all of your attention. Dark-skinned with short, almost skull-cropped hair. She says that she was a person from the jungles of Malatra, which was deep to the south. She wore a high-necked, tight-collared dress of powder blue that hid most of her lithe body beneath these folds of lace and silk. And she seemed to be almost uncomfortable to stand there in this very cool heat of Waterdeep summer. Now, all of you being from the north, the summer heat was not really something that you're not unaccustomed to, you know, in our modern equivalent, 80s to 90s degrees. But this woman looked like she was actually cold. She shivered, even though the muggy heat of the port of Waterdeep was on them. She shivered because she actually came from a place that was even warmer than this. And as your conversations began to turn, this man who's the guild leader, he goes by Mert the Youngest, turns to each of you and says, "Well, bully, I am so happy that all of you have decided to come here. You see, there is, according to our young friend," and he kind of points over to the woman next to him, "our young friend here, she lets us know that there's some sort of curse laid upon the entirety of Chult, and she has come here seeking help. What say you?" And he turns and he looks at the three of you. You guys go ahead and role play and ask questions as you wish.
So, my good friend, what kind of help are you looking for?
Her name is Ubati, and she stands up straight-backed, very, very stiff, with her arms wrapped in front of her and kind of folded, almost like she's hugging herself against the cold. In our land, we enjoy the life of the land, but there is a curse that has been laid upon us, that the dead are walking again. The jungles are alive with horrible and terrible creatures, and our villages are no longer safe. We implore that someone comes and helps save us from this death curse. Death is no longer the end. Ancestors rise and walk our streets and claim our children. Please, please, will you come and help us?"
What is a death curse? I've never heard of that.
She visibly shudders, not so much from the cold, but from a remembrance, as her eyes kind of get glassy for a moment. And she says, "Oh, the death curse. The death curse is, well, there's something, an evil spirit that's been awoken in the jungle. It's claiming the bodies of our fallen and making them rise. It's not allowing them to pass on to the great beyond. Good, it's horrible. If you witnessed it, you would understand what I mean. There's no words that can describe what this curse may do. Even the plants and animals that have been so long our brothers and sisters, even they have turned against us."
When did this start to happen? When did you start to notice these things, these strange events?
It was almost subtle at the beginning, almost a year ago. It was horrible. We didn't really understand what was happening. Our livestock began to disappear. Our crops withered and died in the fields. It was, and she kind of trails off, and a tear slides down her ebony cheek. My grandfather was trampled by his water buffalo, and he was killed. Please do not mind Susie laughing her ass off in the background. Breaking the mood here, Sue. He was trampled by his water buffalo in the field. We had brought him, as is custom in my village. We brought him to the center of town that night, and we were having a ceremony where we were going to burn his body. As we touched the flames to his pyre, his corpse leapt from the pyre and attacked us. God. And as he killed and slew one person after another, they too rose and attacked more. A few of us fled into the jungle, and we were alone. Eventually, we found our way to Port Nyanzaru, which was in the north of Chult, and we implored for help, and they laughed at us. They found it to be an isolated incident. But over the intervening months, more and more of these stories began to trickle in as refugees from some of the outlying villages had come in. Malatra and the jungles of Chult were no longer safe. A curse on the dead had been awakened, and the dead now walk and have claimed the uncivilized lands and are now beginning to encroach even on the camps of the most powerful of the northern soldiers.
I mean, it truly sounds awful. It sounds evil, and I think certainly I would very much want to help with this, with you in this endeavor. What do you know? What have you found out? What exactly do you know about this curse?
The one Heda of my tribe, she survived. She was able to cast the bones. And we've determined that there is an ancient spirit awakened in the ancient city of Omu. This ancient spirit has power that even the gods should be jealous of. And when she told me this, we decided to come north and seek out more help. Maybe you northerners could help us. Please.
So, Lady Avadi, call me Fletch. I'd like to introduce myself to you. If there's anything I can't stand, it's the undead. How can we really be of service quickly and help you?
This is where Mert the youngest actually speaks up. Well, you see, we have, along with the lady's permission, we have ships in harbor that you will be allowed to board, free of charge, taken up, of course, and looks very proud and kind of puffs up. Very taken up by the Adventurers Guild. We are very happy to provide this service to all of you if you wish to sign the charter and become a guild member with us. We will pay for your passage to get to Port Nyanzaru in Chult.
I look very nervous about when at the mention of the word ship. I'd prefer to ride Chult if that's possible.
He laughs, a big, hearty belly laugh. Riding to Chult? It's across 2 oceans. You would need to have Asprey in order to even get there. No. Ship is the easiest and fastest route. Absolutely safe.
Okay. I'm really very nervous. I'm sort of, I don't know. I go red and I sort of go off to a corner and just start talking to myself and saying, look, it might not be just a coincidence, just a coincidence, just a coincidence.
And as you are going through your little mantra of just a coincidence, just a coincidence, just a coincidence, it's as if the sea around you hears you chanting this. And the 3 of you floating on your driftwood of your wreckage, you can smell the salts and you can taste it in your mouths, and Cumberbach is saying through a sun-baked and salt-dried throat, it's just a coincidence, as his delusions of the past begin to strike again here in the present as you float helplessly in the middle of the ocean. And to the south of you, the 3 of you, you swear you can see a dark shape on the horizon. A dark shape on the horizon. A memory catches in your mind for a moment. Sir! There are sails on the horizon! You hear called from the crow's nest up above you, as the ship that you've been riding on for the last week, heading south, is making its way towards Chult. Give me a moment and I will share a map with you, gentlemen. Here you are, standing aboard a ship. And to the east, you look over towards the direction that the crow's nest is pointing. And you can indeed see two black sails coming from the east, and they are coming fast. Tell me when you got the map, gents.
Yeah, we've got the map.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so coming from the west, you see a ship. It has no flag. What would you guys like to do?
Can I try and see if I can make something more out of just a random sort of sail in the distance? Can I roll perception and just see if I can see any more detail?
Sure, by all means. You may go ahead and roll a perception check. All right. With that perception check, you do believe you see a black flag hanging from the prow of the ship that seems to have a skull and two crossed sabers.
Is it something that I recognize from my old pirate days?
Why don't you give me an intelligence check?
Does that work?
Nope, I didn't see it. It's on your main tab. You can just double click next to your intelligence and the little die, and that will that'll do it for you. There it goes. Now it all caught up.
Yeah.
I'll go with a 14. It's the last one that's there. I'm good with that. You do think that these may be pirates out of Luskin. There was a number of pirate crews that traveled out of Luskin, but let's see. Two crossed sabers. You think about it for a moment and you kind of reel back in your mind, looking back for some sort of information. Ooh. That might be Saberclaw, the pirate. Why they called him Saberclaw, you don't know. He didn't have a saber for a hand or any other such thing, but they did call him Saberclaw.
Okay. I tell the my companions and the rest of the crew, pirates. This doesn't look good.
Very good.
Are they from your clan?
No. And then definitely not from my clan, but Saberclaw was a clan that I'd heard about. We didn't really interfere with each other's territory. They were more south than my clan, but I really don't want to cross.
As you say this, you realize that you'll have a few short minutes because the sloop that the pirates are piloting towards you moves very fast through the water. They will be arriving soon.
There's two options, guys. We either fight or we surrender. I don't. What's the crew like on this ship? Are they? It can't be just the three of us. How many people are on there?
The ship actually has a full complement of 20 sailors, It has a captain, and of course the lady has also come with you. Now, she's changed out of her clothing, and during your trip to the south, you've realized that she is far more accustomed to walking on board deck of a ship than she is inside a guild hall. She no longer wears the high-necked, thick, silken lace dress that she was wearing before. Now she wears a midriff cut-off blue chemise made of almost gossamer-like silk that you can nearly see her ebony skin through. Her pants are three-quarter length and tight-fitting, made of leather. She wears no shoes, which is actually pretty typical of most of the sailors on board. She has a red sash made of silk tied around her waist, and a purple one with stars in it tied around her head. She walks with a roll on this deck that belies that she is a lithe and dangerous woman, and she looks happy smelling the salt air around her. But, as the pirates have been called, many of the crew have gone below decks, where there is actually a fair number of cannons. There are 2 ballistae at the aft castle of this ship. The captain and his pilot stand at the wheel. I'm just leaving them off the map for the time being because they're kind of not important to our portion of the story at the moment. And the lady is gone to the forecastle of the ship, and she is looking to the east also. Matter of fact, I'll put a little token out, even though she is not, I don't have an NPC sheet for her. I will put a little token on the map to denote her.
Okay, I quickly ask everybody: is there something we can put up that like a flag or something that says like this ship is quarantined and you shouldn't touch it or come on board or something like that?
Okay, that's actually a kind of a good thing. Cumberbach, you would know that technically they probably do have those somewhere in the first mate's quarters.
Okay, I think that's a good idea. I go down quickly as I can and go and get the appropriate flag. Meanwhile, if you could tell that plan to the captain, I'll go and get the flag, and then the captain can give the order to put the flag up. I can't do anything. The captain orders the ship. He's the master of the ship. He needs to make the call.
All right, so Cumberbach, you know that you need to head towards the bow of the ship to go down the stairs and into the belly of the ship. The captain is on the aft castle. There are upstairs there, and there are stairs that go up to the forecastle of the ship if anybody wishes to go up and see the lady. So you guys are free to move around the deck.
I'll go see the captain.
Okay. And for those of you who are not familiar with Fantasy Grounds, if you were to make a movement, you can actually grab the end of your movement and drag it into a different direction if you wish to. So it doesn't always have to be straight lines. You can do curves and go square by square if you even wanted to. I'm absolutely fine with that. And what does Gallus want to do?
Yeah, I'll go up and see the captain and I'll tell him to get the flag up for quarantine, so these pirates, make sure they see that.
Okay, not a problem. You can go ahead and climb up the stairs if you wish. The boat rocks and sways in the breeze, and as the boat rocks and sways, so too do each of you on your ruined pieces of driftwood. You can see that dark shape looming on the horizon. It's getting bigger and bigger. It takes up the whole horizon. The sound of the gulls gets louder as they screech and wheel overhead, and you swear you can hear almost the sound of distant drums. Drums. They thoom, 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 reverberating through your head. Susie's making smart-ass remarks back here, going super bass. Boy, I'm so happy she's home from work today. Let me tell you, ladies and gents, I am so happy she's home. Your eyes open. You have the flag that you need. The captain has indeed run it up the mast, but it doesn't seem to deter the pirates as they come on. The three of you are on the aft castle, along with the captain and his pilot. The lady is in the forecastle. She runs to the side and screams while she's leaning over and pointing, reaching down to her sash for a dagger. Pirates! Pirates! Everyone roll me initiative, please. As she yells, you can see that a small boat has come up and they've thrown grappling arms up over. And the first wave of pirates climbs up out of the boat, cutlasses in hand. We will start with Fletch. Fletch, you are up aboard the aft castle. You can see these pirates have all climbed over the rail. What would you like to do?
Do I have any cover up here on the aft castle?
Only from the mast that you can see, like, directly between you and the pirates at the moment. That's the only thing. Of course, the sails that go on it as well kind of give you a little bit of concealment. Also gives them a little bit of concealment, but you're a sharpshooter. You those things don't bother you nearly as badly as they would bother somebody else.
Okay, so I'm thinking pirates are bad, so let's go be badder. Yeah, horrible language.
Yar me hearty! One of those, right?
I was trying to come up with something, but I didn't do it. So let's take out the bow and see how well we can make a difference.
Awesome. Now I know that you have sharpshooter, and we have it coded on your sheet that if you wish to use the sharpshooter, you can apply it to yourself now before we make any attack rolls. It gives you a -5 to your attack roll and a +10 to your damage if you hit. So this will be really, really good if you were able to do that. For all
Let's
intents
give
and
it a try.
purposes, there are other pirates that are coming aboard ship as well. There are also some downstairs that are fighting with some of the sailors downstairs. But because that's just a colorful combat that is happening off to the side, we aren't going to really pay any attention to it. But that is a hit. After
Here
all,
goes
this
the
is
first
your
damage
memories.
of the day.
First damage, first damage. All right. You thread an arrow and kill a pirate as it collides and goes through his eye hole. Good job, guys. Already, you're one up on the other 3 games.
So these crossbows that are here, are they
Those are
portable
ballista.
or?
They are ballista.
Ballista.
They have a very short arc of fire that actually... oops, wrong thing. I don't want that, Jeffrey. I want this. They have arcs of fire that go off this direction like that.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and step back a little bit and let my buddies have a little work at it too, not get in their way.
Excellent. Is that as far as you'd like to move?
Yeah, I don't want to get in the captain's way.
Okay, not a problem. Alrighty, you can go ahead and advance your turn on the combat tracker. Gallus.
All right, I'm gonna move up to the front of the boat to kind of help help her. She's all alone up there.
All by herself. That is fine. The stairs are not going to be considered difficult terrain because they are, after all, stairs. They're meant to help you get up and down. So we will not count them as double squares or anything. But in a regular movement, you can move 30. If you wish to use your action, you can dash and go another 30 feet.
Yeah, I'll use my action too to get up on that deck.
Okay. Alrighty, so you go ahead and move yourself another 30 feet as you so choose. And you just tell me when you are all done.
Yeah, sorry, it's not my token's not moving.
Oh, that's not a problem. Yep. Alrighty, and there's your 30 feet. Alright, so the first pirate sees Gallus go up to attempt to help the lady, and he will come running up the stairs, coming right at you, and he is going to take a swing at you with his cutlass. Oh, and he hits. Whammo! This other pirate moves down here along the this side and goes towards the aft castle, climbs up the stairs, kind of passes Cumberbach, and as he does, he is going to take a swipe at him. Uh-oh! Critical hit.
Oh,
Wow! Big hit! Big hit! This pirate sees what is going on, saw that one of his friends had fallen, and decides he is going to come over here and take after the archer that is currently attacking his fellows. Yar! He screams through a rotten toothed mouth, his hot, nasty fish breath all over Fletch's face. And misses.
okay, my turn.
Yes, it is.
Okay, I think that's all. I'll leave that here.
Nice. You take out your big hammer and smack him, as this pirate comes climbing up the stairs as well to tie up with Cumberbach. Oh, it misses you. At the beginning of the next turn, the pirate that is attacking Gallus is the first one to go. By the way, gentlemen, we are using random variable initiative every round. It will re-roll for us after that first round. Thank you, Hawkeye, for the follow. But that guy misses you. Okay, the pirate over here who's attacking Fletch reels back and spits at you, and you swear a piece of a fish eye comes out and lands on your lapel. Wham! Nothing. Gallus, it is your turn, sir.
Yeah, so it looks like I have 3 hit points left. Is that right?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
It looks like I have 3 hit points left. Is that right?
You have 3 wounds at the moment. So that means you have 8 hit points left. Yep, you're actually doing relatively well. You've got 8 hit points. Cumberbach has 5. Fletch is 100% as well. So he's okay.
Okay, I'm gonna attack this pirate.
Excellent. Now, for those of you who don't know how to target someone, you can control and left click on the token on the map, and that will target the person for you. If you want to untarget someone, you can do the same thing, control and left click, or you can hit the little bullet icon at the top of the map that has the line that goes through it that untargets things. And then you go to your actions tab, and you can roll your attack roll from there. Oh! And Gallus, you take out your long sword and you take a slice at the pirate. The pirate nimbly and deftly jumps out of your way. Must be the roll of the ship. Must be giving you problems. Okay, so this other pirate comes over. Now, he is technically leaving Cumberbach's threatened area. So, Cumberbach, do you wish to use your reaction to make an opportunity attack against pirate number 1?
Yes, I think I will.
Okay. You may go ahead and do so before I go too much further with him. That is a hit, sir. Ooh, snake eyes. All right, you do some damage to him.
It's a god. It's that bloody god. The god of storms. He's really annoying me right now.
Yes, yes. Who knows? Maybe Umberlee, the bitch queen of the sea, is cursing you for turning on her.
Yep.
So, and in a single slash, this pirate kills the pilot of the ship. And then advances with a leer on his face towards the captain. Pirate number 4, who is currently tied up with Cumberbach, will continue his assault on you. Misses again. Fletch, it is your turn.
So I've got a guy right in my face, so hitting him with the bow isn't going to do so good. So I'm going to drop the bow and whack the crap out of him with a short sword.
Excellent. That is a hit. Wow, look at that damage. That was some awesome damage right there.
Yeah, it's still short, though.
A little short, a little short.
I guess moving is a wasted time. He'll just hit me, so I'm going to head past my turn.
Okay. Cumberbach, it is your turn.
Okay, let me see what I can do about this pirate number 4.
That is a hit. Oh, and you killed him.
That's much better.
With a mighty reel back of your hands, you come down in a double-handed method and bring the maul down and crush his head like a melon.
That's the way I like to crush him.
So, ooh, you're going to go over here and advance on the pirate who is going up to the captain. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, the pirate. That guy over there, the one with no teeth. He takes another swing at Gallus with his cutlass. Does so poorly that he takes the cutlass, swings, comes nowhere close to Gallus. Once again, must be a heave of the ship, and it collides and sticks into the railing here at the top of the stairs. So the banister now has a cutlass jammed into it as he struggles to get it. This pirate takes another swing at Fletch. Misses again. Fletch just nimbly, deftly dodging and dancing around this fetid pirate. Fletch, it is your turn.
That came around quick.
It does.
Okay, stab the sharp sword in my hand, or short sword,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to do it again.
Excellent.
Or maybe not.
No, that hits.
Oh, wicked.
Oh, and you skewer him. His body falls backwards down the stairs and lays in a pool of his own blood and the brine of the sea on the main deck.
That's the way to do it, guys.
You certainly showed us.
So you can go ahead and advance your turn once you are done with your movement, sir.
I'm considering if I want to. Yeah, I think I want to go ahead over next to the stairs.
Okay. Are you picking up your bow as you go?
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. This pirate will take a slash at the captain. And misses and jams his sword into the wheel of the ship, which, of course, the pilot is no longer there. His corpse is laying on the ground, blood kind of dripping over the backside of the aft castle. And the wheel spins for a moment, snapping the cutlass in two. Cumberbatch, it is your turn.
I assume I have advantage because the captain's on the other side.
You do indeed have advantage, and you would have had advantage anyway because this guy is kind of staring at his broken cutlass going, no! Critical hit, sir.
Okay, so I do it with a flourish, and I lob his head off, right off his head.
Like you're playing golf. You tee up his head and for smack. And it goes clean off.
Yeah, hole in one.
Exactly.
A lot of respect, my friend. A lot of respect.
Nice. And then you're going to run down the stairs and start heading that direction. That's absolutely fine. Gallus.
So I say to the pirate, "You're about to die, sir."
You have advantage on this attack roll, sir, because he is currently attempting to pull his cutlass out of the banister.
So I click the inspiration button?
Down at the bottom of the sheet, underneath chat, you'll see two buttons. One says ADV, one says DIS. Click the ADV button.
I got it.
There you go. Now you can go ahead and roll your attack. Critical hit. Nice. Some decent damage there. Do you wish to do anything else? Okay. Now, before it's Fletch's turn, the lady runs to the far side, the other side of the boat, and she screams, "More pirates!" as three more swing up over the other side of the boat. Fletch, it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move over by the other stairs.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my bow and attempt to duplicate what I've already done before.
Which pirate will you go after? Because number 6 is entirely under full concealment from you because of the mast and such, so you will not be able to hit him. The other three that are on the map, you can.
Okay, I'll do number 5.
Okay. And that is a critical hit.
I like that.
Wow. Wow. Insta dead. He climbs up over the side and an arrow through the eye.
I'm going to holler down at that number 6 guy who's hiding us as, "You're next."
All right, so the pirate, seeing Cumberbach going across, will slide up here to kind of stop him in his tracks from moving up the stairs, and will attack him with his cutlass. Yes, yes, folks, the players' dice are on fire today. Reminder, you can use your stream
Thank
experience
goodness.
points. Yes, what? Did you have something?
Thank goodness, I said.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, yeah. So he misses you. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can use your stream experience points and your cheers to go ahead and screw the players if you want to. Just saying, you know, no, just putting that out there. All right, finally, this pirate wrestles away his cutlass from the banister and attempts to attack Gallus again. And misses. Cumberbach.
Okay, it's my turn again.
Another big hit. Boom! Your hammer collides with his chest.
I remember the good old days of pirating. It's coming back to me now.
The one that you spit a little bit of a taunt at there, Fletch, comes up the stairs and advances on the captain. Sword drawn. He swings. Oh. And down goes the captain. Throat slit open. He slides over backwards off the backside of the aft castle and into the sea. Gallus.
Okay, this pirate has to go. It's got to be.
That is a hit. That is a dead pirate. And since you're bringing up the bottom end of the round, while you're making your movement, the lady says there are more coming up the side. So you still have your movement, sir, and your bonus action if you wish to use either of those things. Now, for a flourish, are you jumping over the banister to land down there? Or are you just going to run down the stairs?
I'm just going to run down the stairs and, yeah.
Alright, so you take the easy landlubber route and just run down the stairs. Now, Cumberbach and Gallus, the two of you have flanking on the pirate. Starting this next round, at your next turns, you guys will definitely be able to have advantage on your attack roll against pirate number 4. Now, before Fletch goes, I have to do some stuff to the map. Alright, each of these 5-foot circles is going to be something bad is going to be happening here in a second. So give me a moment. Alright, so in each of those 5-foot circles, suddenly you hear cannons rain out from the pirate ship. And those little 5-foot circles that are out here on the map is where the cannonballs land. And as they land, over the side comes 2 more pirates. Fletch, it is your turn. The pirate mate is not going first.
Did the cannonball at all block my view of Pirate 6?
No, but there was a nice little explosion next to you. It kind of sprayed you with some shrapnel and such, which didn't do any damage, but definitely flew some boards up. Any of those 5-foot circles are now, like, see how they're like shaded? They have shaded squares. Those shaded squares inside those circles are considered to be rough terrain and cost double movement to move through those squares.
Okay, so I'm going to grab the bow throw it a 1 at him
Oh,
and start
ouch.
crying.
Wah. You know what? You probably have a splinter in your eye. That's what it was. As you kind of sneeze and shoot straight up in the air and shoot the guy in the crow's nest, and he falls to his death.
Next time I'll get you.
As he hangs there, this poor sailor that was up in the crow's nest trying to help everybody out, he's hanging by a foot in the rigging up above your head with an arrow that goes from the soft palate under his chin through the back side of his skull.
Oops, sorry.
Sorry. And let me know when you're done moving, and I'll approve your movement at that point.
Okay, I'm good.
Alrighty. Cumberbatch, you have flanking with Gallus, so you have advantage against Pirate 4.
Yeah, I think it's time this guy goes down finally.
Critical hit.
He's definitely going.
Wow.
He's definitely going down.
Somebody has my DM dice mod. That's what they have. Okay, and you hit him so hard upside the side of the head that you knock his corpse over the rail and into the water, possibly feeding the sharks below. Do you wish to move?
Yeah, what I want to do, I don't know if I've got the actions, but what I want to do is grab one of the ropes and cut the other end with the other side, and then that should kind of bungee jump me to the other side of the ship.
You want to do a rigging swing, is what you want. You want to try to do that rigging swing, like ha-ha kind of thing. Errol Flynn kind of moment.
Exactly. You know, I think I'm getting very cocky now.
Yeah.
Going to.
Okay, all right. So what I'm going to allow you to do, okay, this will be all your movement and your bonus action and such, okay? I'm going to allow you to do all this at once. So you wrap your arms in a piece of rigging that's nearby. I mean, you are next to the side of the ship. There's plenty of rigging coming down. And you take your maul in the other hand and you smash the belaying pin that it's tied off to. And lift your feet up in the air and begin to swing across the deck. I would like an acrobatics check out of you, please.
Okay.
Let's do that one right out in the open so we can see how, he doesn't fail it. Okay, so you swing in a perpendicular manner directly over this way. It won't crash into the pirate yet. We will wait till next turn, and I will allow you to make a special attack against the pirate to see if you kick him over. If he doesn't slash at you right now.
Perfect.
Considering it is that pirate's turn, he turns and looks at Cumberbatch as Cumberbatch comes swinging across, his arm wrapped in the riggings and the maul, out to the side like he's about ready to do a nice big polo swing with a maul to knock him off. He smiles a toothless grin at you and leaps to attack with his scimitar. And entirely misses everything and stands there waiting for you to smash into him next round.
Perfect.
Okay, so Pirate 6, who just slew the captain, jumps over the rail of the banister and down onto the deck and approaches Fletch and attempts to attack you with his cutlass. And misses you as he collides with the mast that is next to you. He doesn't get it stuck, but it does send a small shower of sparks and splinters in your direction as it careens off of some of the iron bindings. Gallus, it is your turn. As you all just heard my littlest boy make a monster noise because he has made a paper plate mask for himself. All right, Gallus, you move up here next to this pirate. that is a hit. Anyway, we go at it. That is a hit on him. And you do some heavy damage. Now, as we begin to reach the end, which, by the way, Gallus, you still have another 10 feet of movement. I am going to do a couple of things here. Whoop, I'm clearing off my own circles. Technical issues here, as I try to get everything back the way it should be. Alright, the cannons rain fire down again. Good lord, I can't get that one to actually sit the way I want it to. There we go. Big explosion over there, and one final one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Fletch, make me a dexterity saving throw. As a cannonball lands right behind you, it explodes, and kind of the concussive force is going to try to pick you up and throw you into the mast. Woo! Look at that dexterity.
That was a check.
Oh, that
Sorry,
was a check.
wrong
Okay,
one.
give me that save. Give me the save.
I'll take the 20 if you give it to me.
No, I'm not going to. Okay, it's still not that bad. Not that bad. It's not quite as nimble. But, so it picks you up and throws you into the mast. You're going to take a little bit of damage from that. Not nearly as much as you would have taken if it actually had, hit you. As you take 5 points. It picks you up and throws you into the mast, spins you in the air, but you land on your feet over here. As the pirate's mate attacks Cumberbach twice with his cutlass. That is a hit. Oh no! Cumberbach is knocked off of his rope and lands in a heap on the ground, unconscious.
I think it's time for my inspiration.
You're going to use your inspiration to be dropped to 1 instead?
Yes, please.
Alrighty. So go ahead and mark that off on your sheet.
Okay.
And he will make his second attack roll at you with his cutlass. Oh, that's not an advantage. Give me a moment. You are not unconscious. So I forgot to remove that. First day with the program, I swear. So let me re-roll that attack roll. Okay, so he does hit you with the second attack roll, which will knock you unconscious that time.
Oh dear.
And then he takes his knife in his offhand and he flings it. No, he's not going to fling it. He takes his knife in his offhand and he moves over this way towards Fletch and attempts to stick a knife into Fletch's ribs. Ooh, and he hits, knocking Fletch unconscious. Cumberbach, down at the bottom of your main tab of your character sheet is the death saves. Now, even though we are in Tomb of Annihilation, we are not yet in the area of the death curse. You may roll it as per normal. So just click on the death save button once, and it will roll for you. Okay, you have 1 failure. I will take away the other failure that you rolled there. You have 1 failure. You may go ahead and advance your turn, sir. This pirate will turn and face Gallus. And Mrs. Gallus. Fletch, you may roll your death save. Just click once. Do not double click. That is 1 failure for you, sir. You may go ahead and advance your turn. Alright, the other pirate picks his way this direction to about there. And then he's going to use his action to dash to that point. to try to get to Gallus, and that is all he can do. Gallus, you are the last man standing. Your companions have fallen, and the pirates are beginning to advance in your position. The ship, it looks like Swiss cheese. There are holes in the deck. There's all sorts of very bad things happening all around you.
Don't give up. You got this.
Susie's cheering for you guys.
Don't.
It's going to be a short campaign.
Okay, at this point, can I lay hands on Cumberbatch?
Yes, he is close enough that you can reach out and touch his foot. So go ahead and target him. Be sure to untarget anybody else that is there that you have targeted at the moment. I can help you out a little bit if you need it. There you go. And you can now go ahead and on your Actions tab, click on your Lay on Hands. There's a little magnifying glass that'll open it up, and you'll see a little heal buttons, which is a little plus sign over on the left-hand side. Do you wish to use all 5 points on him?
Yeah, I'm going to use the whole thing.
All right, so you shoot your wad at him. Awesome. So you heal him 5 points back.
Thank you very much.
There you go. So Cumberbach is now conscious. But because of the way things work, he does have a point of exhaustion for being brought back from death's door. So he has exhaustion 1. All right, so that was your bonus, Gallus. I do believe it's a bonus, right? Lay on hands is a bonus or an action? Oh, it's an action. Okay, so you have your movement and your bonus left over. What would you like to do, sir?
Breathe some fire, maybe.
Now, unfortunately, that's an action for him.
Yeah, I'm not sure about fire in a wooden boat. I'm not sure about that.
It's a boat full of holes at the moment.
It's a Swiss cheese boat.
Fire is not gonna hurt.
It is I think it's a cone, a 15-foot cone though, so I probably will hit you.
Yeah.
Are you okay with being set on fire?
Well, that'll be next turn, because that's actually an action to use your breath weapon. So all you have at the moment is a bonus and your movement. So if you want to move, you can. And the way things are playing out at the moment, you probably don't want the 2 opportunity attacks, though, of you withdrawing away from them. You probably don't want that.
No, I'm not going to withdraw. No.
Okay. So in that case, you can go ahead and advance your turn, because I think you're pretty much out of other options at the moment.
Yeah, I have no options. All right.
All right, so the pirate's mate just kind of wanders over this direction away from Fletch for a moment and takes his dagger and heaves it at Gallus, hitting him. Oh, knocking Gallus unconscious. Fletch, please give me a death save. That's 2 failures. Uh-oh. All right, you may go ahead and advance your turn, sir.
Can I use my inspiration to do that again?
You may re-roll with your inspiration. That is absolutely fine. So let me take that fail off of you. Go ahead and spend your inspiration and go ahead and re-roll that bad boy.
With fingers crossed? Nah.
Nope. Uh-oh, there's 2 fails.
But at least it's 2, not 3 now.
Exactly, it is 2. It's just 2. So you may advance your turn, sir. as the pirates just kind of mill about. They don't know that Cumberbatch is awake. Speaking of which, let me add prone, because you're still laying on the deck at the moment, Cumberbatch. Okay, so Cumberbatch, is your turn. You are definitely tired. You saw the doorway to the great beyond, and it snaps shut as your eyes kind of flitter open a little bit. You can see around you that you're kind of surrounded by pirates as you lay on the ground. Your maul is near your hand, but you're laying prone. Your breathing is coming awful ragged to you right now. But what would you like to do?
Well, are the pirates paying any attention to us, considering we're all unconscious?
The two pirates that are in your immediate vicinity are not, but the mate most likely is. That is more from experience than from your observation at the moment, though. Because the mate, that is his job, is to make sure everything goes in a specific way. And you do believe that the mate is currently getting ready to tell those pirates to go and capture the lady.
Okay. Let me see.
While you're thinking, just as a piece of color for you, since you are laying on the what the hell is it called? My brain just stopped. You are laying over the top of the lattice that covers the cargo hold, and you can hear combat down below, and it sounds like all the sailors that are a part of your ship, for the most part, have been killed either by cannon fire or by pirates. And the pirates are ransacking the hold right now of all the various pieces of equipment and sundry objects that are down there. They found horses down there, and they're like slitting their throats right now. And they're just absolutely terrible people. PETA, please do not try to ban my stream because somebody killed a virtual horse. So that is what is going on. You could hear that as you lay there.
Okay. I guess my question is, if I roll away now from the still prone, if I roll away towards Fletch, are they going to attack me opportunity-wise? Are they looking? Can they? Are they paying any attention to me to have an opportunity attack?
The only one that
might.
The only one that might is Pirate 6, who is directly north of you. Because he hasn't gone yet, so he hasn't really turned his body to start heading up to the forecastle yet. So he may notice. Now, if you want to do it stealthily, you can roll a stealth check. And
yeah, I think I will. Yeah, I think I will. I'm gonna try and roll and save Fletch because he's to death. So one roll away from death. So I'm going to stealthily try and roll towards Fletch.
Okay.
Like this.
All right, you go ahead and roll a stealth check out in the open here. We'll see how good or bad you may do. And if you do well, I will move your character. Uh-oh. Let's see if the pirate sees you.
Why was that? I guess I have disadvantage because I was prone, or?
Because of your armor. Your stealth has an armor penalty. Yep. All right, so the pirate, that was his check.
Okay. All
right, so he will make an opportunity attack against you as you begin to roll away. Okay. He notices that you are moving, so before I move your character, we'll see if he hits you. He does.
Ouch.
Oh, knocking you back to unconsciousness. Your hand almost brushes Fletch's boot. Almost.
Sorry, Fletch.
As you go unconscious. So let me apply that to you. Whoop. Let me take that failure off of Fletch, because for some reason I had him targeted when I did the damage. There we go. Alrighty.
So do I roll it? Sorry, do I roll a death save?
Nope,
or
not
is
until
that
next
afterwards?
round. Yep, not until next round. You're fine.
Okay.
Alright, so this pirate will stalk up the stairs now that he is no longer required to worry about you. And he raises a sword. And we will do Gallus's death save, because he could make a miraculous recovery with a natural 20. We will see what happens next.
So you just hit the dice icon right under the death saves thing?
Yes, just once. Ooh, it's a success, but you're still unconscious at the moment. So you're not in the dying side of things, you're still on the living side. But as all of you, as we complete this turn, because Gallus was the last to go, as we complete this turn, your eyes flutter open, each of you. And the briny taste of water is in your mouth again as you hold this driftwood around you and you cling to it. It is your life rafts. And you feel the pain of your wounds that you suffered during your battle with the pirates. How long ago was that? It was almost as if it was in another world, another time, another land. You don't know. And your eyes drift closed. And as they open again, let me do a little bit of something here. Same map that our battle was on before. We are opening up the other side of things now, as you have been captured by pirates and are down in their hold. Alrighty, so you are down in their hold. You are conscious at this point in time. And the ship pitches and yaws. You can hear the boom of thunder outside. You're tied up. Your equipment is not on you at the moment, but you are alone in the hold of the pirate ship. What would you like to do, gentlemen?
I'd like to look around to see if there's anything I can use to try to free myself.
Alrighty, go ahead and give me an investigation check in the tower. There should be a tower on the right-hand side, down by like where if there's not, let me know and I'll put one in.
I don't see one.
No, there isn't.
All right, let me go ahead and get that in there. There it is.
So
Yep,
investigation?
Yep, an
or
investigation in the tower.
Okay.
Okay. You look around and you realize you are manacled to what looks like a table of some kind, and that there's locked doors at the top of these stairs. You see stairs to the right and left. There is a door that obviously goes outside as well. It goes up. It's the one that kind of has a weird triangle that kind of points towards you guys. The ones that point away from you go down. But those are 3 doors, each one of them locked. You can tell that. In here, there is some hammocks, and you can tell, Fletch, that most likely the key is probably hanging on the wall by the door over here. Right there. I just kind of threw a little arrow on the map. You believe it's probably over there. You think you hear something scraping against the wall over there.
So I'm going to mention it to Gallus and see if he can reach the key while he's bound.
There is no turn order at the moment, guys. So you guys can go ahead and just tell me what you'd like to do and stuff.
So can I just test my bonds, just to see how strong they are, whether they are, so just try and break them and see what I can feel, whether I feel them loose or slippery or just if there's any give or any opportunity to just get free, a hand free or something.
Would you prefer to utilize your dexterity or your strength to see if you can get
my
free?
Strength, please.
Okay. You may go ahead and roll a strength check in the tower to determine whether or not you can slip or break open your bonds. Ooh, that was actually a pretty damn decent roll. With a little bit of struggle and actually a little bit of damage as well. Speaking of which, let me take away the unconscious because none of you are unconscious anymore.
So what did I do? I dislocated my thumb and got through free.
Yes, but you'll take 2 points of damage, but you have one hand free. So you have a little bit more space to move around. Where everybody can move 5 feet, because the manacles will allow you to move 5 feet, you can now basically reach 10 feet. So you can reach the doors and do that kind of stuff.
So can I just get up and go move 10 feet and see if I can reach the key?
You may, yes. Okay. You go over that way, and you're kind of standing, and you're kind of straining next to Gallus to see if you can get to that key. Indeed, the key is over there. You can see it, and is just out of your reach.
Is there anything that will help me get to that key? A piece of a stick or something to just extend my reach a bit further, just to get that key off that wall onto the floor, so I can just drag it.
The only thing that you see that may be of any use to you are the other 2 player characters.
Okay.
Hey, Gallus, can you help him?
I mean, maybe there's a bit of maybe someone has some clothing I can just take off and just use that as like an extra sort of 5 feet just to knock that key off the wall, like a wet. You know how you wet towel kind of.
Right. Yeah, like the wet towel kind of thing.
Yeah.
This is now the opportunity where you discover that you are all pretty naked. You are wearing just your breeches. Each of you is just wearing your breeches. No shirts, no shoes. All of your equipment is gone at this point. Which, by the way, gentlemen, in your inventories, you'll see that next to your armor, there is a little icon on the right-hand side that looks like a shirt. Make sure to click on that shirt until it looks like a bag. A little bag icon. That means it's unequipped, and that will change your armor class automatically. So if you have a shield, make sure to do that for your shield as well. But we'll leave the inventories alone. We're not going to actually remove anything from your inventories yet. We will see how this plays forward.
Can I help Gallus get his hands free? So if he's trying to basically get his, if Gallus wants to, I don't know. Do you want me to just help leverage your shackles so that you can just pull your hand free as well? Maybe because you're a bit closer. Maybe you can reach the key if you get your hand free.
Yeah, I guess, is my breath weapon either just on full blast or off, or can I do a little bit?
I could allow a little bit. It'll still use it for the day, but I can allow it. I can allow you to say, I just want to kind of torch it a little bit, or just want to warm this. The absolute minimum damage you can do is 2. You can only do 2 points because you do 2d6 normally. So the minimum damage you could do is 2 points. If you want to do anything else other than just that 2 points, you will actually have to roll the full thing, and we'll see how much actually comes out. You don't have that much control.
Yeah, so the chains are attached to this table type thing. Are they nailed or
they are
riveted?
Bolted through a ringlet in the like in this table thing, which is actually it's under the table itself. They are, you know, they're bolted right into the deck.
Yeah, I want to try to torch like where the kind of nails or bolts would go into the wood to kind of weaken the wood, make it kind of charcoalish.
Okay, all right. I like that idea. I
Can,
like that
can,
idea.
can I step back 5 feet when he does it?
Yes, you can. You can step back a little bit. So you step back to like the absolute limit of your chain right now, and you're stretching and stuff. I mean, your hands are manacled in front of you, and Gallus kind of takes a deep breath, and you know, this prolonged like 2-point, you know, fire. He begins to heat very gently, like he's like blowing and whispering at the manacles where they're connected to the deck plates, and they begin to glow red hot in the floor. Now, before we go too much further on this, I want you each to roll me initiative. This is, number one, to determine your order and how things go, and number two, there's an event that is happening at the same time. Awesome. All right, so we are going to start with Cumberbach. Cumberbach, you still have that one manacle connected to you. You can see that the chains in and of themselves that are connected where Gallus is blowing his fire are beginning to get hot towards the bottom, and you kind of see the waves of heat beginning to kind of snake their way up the chain towards your wrist.
Okay, I try and pull my chain so that see if it can come loose from the wood, so it stops getting heated.
Okay. Would you please roll me a strength check at advantage, because Gallus has given you all advantage at attempting to break the chains. Any way we go at it, that was a 2. So you struggle against it. It does not work. Now, that would be considered your action, is to struggle against it.
Yeah.
Gallus, it is your turn, sir. Of course, the heat doesn't bother you being a gold dragon. Nah, it's just 2 points of fire damage. Bah, you barely even notice. That wouldn't even blister your scales.
Yeah, so can I grab where the whole fixture meets the deck?
And try to heave it up out of the deck.
Yeah.
I will allow you a strength check at advantage. This is going to be a much higher DC than trying to break your bonds or slipping, but I'm still going to give you advantage because that was an awesome idea to use your breath weapon. So go ahead, give me a strength check at advantage, and we will see if you are able to kind of heave it up out of the floor. Wow, look at that. Okay, so with a mighty heave, the gold dragonborn paladin reaches down, grabs a hold of the chains. You can smell the smell of like burning scales as he grabs the hot part of the chain, and he heaves with all of his might. You can hear the groan, the creak, and the crack of the floorboards as he pulls the ring clean out of the floor that all of you are connected to. Now you guys can move together as a unit, but you can't really be that far away from each other. You got to be within 10 feet of each other at this point. But you can now move freely, for the most part, around the cabin. Keep your trays in the upright position.
Let's go get that key.
Okay.
Okay, well, Gallus, do you wish to move first, sir?
Oh,
okay.
That was my turn.
All right.
Yeah, I'll just pass the turn.
You just pass it. All right. So Fletch goes over and grabs the key off the wall. And it'll take an action, sir, for you to unlock somebody.
I'd like to unlock myself first so that I can help other people easier. So want me to roll?
No need to roll anything. Matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I will even put a restrained on some of you guys. Except for Fletch, who just let himself go. All right, so the manacles fall to the ground around you, Fletch. As they do, the three of you are still floating in the middle of the ocean on your driftwood. You can hear that distant rumble again, that thoom, thoom, thoom sound. There's almost a sharp crack as the waves begin to rise and fall, and you can see that dark, dark form on the horizon. You realize that it is a storm. As your eyes drift shut as you float in on your pieces of driftwood, you go back again into the hold of the pirate ship as a crack of thunder peals.
Can I make some type of perception check or whatever to see if we're actually in, like, where we're, floating on the wood? Can I perceive that we're actually in reality, or if we're under some kind of spell?
You don't even need to do that. I will tell you freely. What is going on right now is you guys are actually, your reality is you are floating in the middle of the ocean on your driftwood. That is your reality. Your minds in your delusional state are actually casting back in time to how you got to that position.
Okay, so I'm going to hand the keys to Gallus and go ahead and pass my turn.
Excellent. All right, so as it becomes Fletch's turn again, this next round, the storm cracks and breaks. You can hear the sound of feet on the deck above you, and the sound of wind and rain pelting the boat that you are in as it begins to pitch and yaw around you. I need your choice of athletics or acrobatics before you do anything else, as the floor of the whole ship kind of rolls out from underneath you.
In the open or in the tower?
Why don't we do it out in the open?
I get an error that says unable to open window.
Uh-oh. On your skill sheet? There it goes. Now it popped up.
I was actually dragging the little eye.
Ah, that's why. Okay. All right, so you're able to keep your footing as the ship begins to rock from side to side in a chaotic manner. So what would you like to do? You have already handed the keys off to Gallus, and you're standing by a door, which looks like it's kind of heavy. You can see that there is lifeboats out there, but you don't see anybody in the next room.
So the door that goes from little stairs away from us to big stairs away from us, that goes up and outside?
That's correct. Yep. So the one to your southeast, so to your right and down, is the one that goes up to the deck. The one that is directly below you goes down deeper into the hold.
And when I look through the outdoor door from where I'm at the moment, do I see anything like people standing there or anything like that?
You see another door at the top of the stairs as well. So, but you do see through the little windows in those doors, you do see that the sky outside is black as sin. Umberly the Bitch Queen, queen of the oceans and terror of sailors and pirates everywhere. Her wrath has fallen on this ship.
So I'll share what I see with the guys, and I'll go ahead and stand at the door. And if I'm correct, that'll be right there.
Actually be right there, because there's actually a line.
Okay.
So, like, I'll put a line right across there, because, like, those are doors to the south of you on that, or a wall, your choice.
Gotcha. Just have to use my imagination better.
Yep. A little bit of imagination here. A little bit of theater of the mind going on in this.
And then I'll pass my turn.
Okie dokie. Gallus, before you get to go, please make an acrobatics or athletics, your choice, right out in the open as the floor pitches and yaws beneath your feet.
So I can do that without proficiency?
Yes, you can. Okay. You stumble a little bit, but you are able to keep your footing as the floor is rolling. but you have the keys in your hand. So what would you like to do?
Okay, so I'm gonna try to I'm gonna open up my cuffs, I guess.
Okay.
Try to.
Alrighty. Your action was to undo your cuffs, which perfectly fine. If you would like, you can move over and hand those off to Cumberbach as your bonus action and move. Or
Yeah,
you could
I'll
do something
do
else.
that.
That's up to you.
No, I'll give Cumberbatch keys for sure.
Okay. So you can go ahead and wander over by him. There we go. And you will hand off the keys to Cumberbach. Cumberbach, before you have your turn, please roll me your athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Do I get an advantage because I was a pirate? I've been on ships before and that kind of thing.
It is one of those kinds of storms. You will not have advantage.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, you can feel it. You can feel it right through the floorboards. You're like, oh shit, this is a shipbreaker. This is one of those storms that will destroy a ship, even out in the middle of the ocean. This is a bad place for you guys to be, is down here in this hold.
So I can pick between acrobatics or athletics.
Yes.
Did that come through?
I have not seen it yet. There we go. Now I saw it. All right, so it pitches and yaws under your feet a little bit, and you stumble and nearly drop the keys. You are on a knee at the moment, but you are still basically upright, leaning against the wall.
Okay. Then since I still have the key, I'll try and unlock my other hand.
Okay. With your action, you're able to do so, and it is absolutely no problem. You are now released from your restraints as well and have the keys. And you can move if you wish. Just want to point out.
And we said that there was nothing.
I just wanted to point out that you still have exhaustion. Okay, I just want to let you know that you are still exhausted. You're very, very tired from your ordeal earlier on during the battle. So.
So how does that translate to the game? I mean, do I get disadvantage? Do I move slower, or what does that mean?
At the moment, it's just you're tired. That's all it is. It's just you're tired right now. There is 6 levels of exhaustion. Level 6 exhaustion is dead. Just to let everybody know. 5 is unconscious. 2 is half movement. So yeah, you don't want too many points of exhaustion.
Okay. And I mean, what do we do, guys? Do we just try to see if we can go outside the room? I whisper to them.
We got to find our gear too, and I think that chain will make a good weapon if we need it. So somebody might want to grab the chain.
Yeah, is there anything we can rip off the table, or is there anything else like chunks of wood or something we can turn into clubs?
There is some chairs here in the room. Well, more stools than chairs that you could probably smash up and make into clubs. Cumberbach, from your current position, you can see down into the hold a little bit. And from your experience as a pirate, any of your gear would probably be down here in the hold or in the captain's quarters.
Okay. Can we open? Are the doors open? Can we start walking down those stairs?
No, they are not open. They are currently locked.
Okay. Okay. Since I've got the key, can I try and see if can I try and unlock the door with the key that I've already got? Will it...
Next round, you will be able to do that as an action. Yes.
Okay, then I'll wait and see what happens.
Okay. As you advance your turn to the next round, I would like all 3 of you to please make me an acrobatics or athletics check. as the whole ship is suddenly hit by a giant wave, and it makes it roll almost on its side as it comes and crests over the top of it. Fletch, you were not expecting it, and you are slammed against the far wall. You still keep your feet, you don't take any damage, but you're slammed against the far wall. Cumberbach, now that you have your hands free and you're ready to kind of, be able to move a little bit, you're able to kind of surf over this thing, and you're able to help Gallus next to you kind of reach your hand out and steady him, even though his wide dragonborn feet seem to be a really good, stable platform as everything rolls and the stools all go sliding over to the same side that Fletch is on. But Gallus, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm kind of wondering if I actually hear any voices or anybody talking of any kind outside.
You do. You hear some shouts. The pirates are shouting and stuff like that. Get this up, get that up. But the roar of the wind is horrible. Sounds almost like a dragon bearing down on you. I mean, that's how loud it is. It's just, it's like all around you. It's like a freight train coming through your head.
Okay, so I try to grab, I guess, one of the stools and try to smash the door.
Okay, very good. Go ahead and give me a strength check. Just a straight up strength check. And we'll see if you're able to smash a door. Which door would you like to smash, though? The one going up or the one going down? Or one of the two of them that's going down?
I asked Cumberbotch where our equipment might be.
So, Dallas, I think it's going to be the next door or in the captain's chamber. With a bit of luck, it's next door. I don't think we'll be able to easily sneak into the captain's chamber. But if we have to, well, we need our equipment back.
Yeah, so I asked both of them, should we go down into the hold?
Yeah, I think we need to go down into the hole first.
I've never been on a boat before. I don't know my way around.
Yeah, let's try and get to the hull. I'm sure that most of the sailors will be up trying to deal with the storm.
Okay.
Everything's gone blue.
Yes, it's getting very dark and very stormy, and that's all right. If you were watching the stream right now, they can hear a storm going on in the background as well, so a little bit of sound effect for them.
Okay, so I grab one of the stools and try to smash the door downwards
Awesome.
into the ship.
Okay, so go ahead and make me that strength check.
Do you want that in the tower?
Can I help? Can I help him? Can I help him somehow?
Yeah, I'll help. So yes, so you can do it at advantage, and you can do it right out in the open, Gallus. Oh, roll one more time. We'll take the higher of the two. We'll take the higher of the two. So. Okay, so you smash the stool against the door, and the door does not give to the stool. The stool, on the other hand, is smashed into splinters that you're holding. They're crumbling there.
Yeah, I say, I think I got a hangnail, guys, and a splinter.
But that was your action, sir. If you'd like to move on, we can go over to Fletch next and see if he wants to do something.
So I got confidence in that key, but I'm gonna go ahead and bang the crap out of the door too, because I'm starting to panic in this storm, noisy, watery grave.
Yeah, it's about ready to be a very watery grave. You're all beginning to kind of get that idea as you can hear the pirates screaming in pain and anguish and agony up above. And you can hear the ship is making horrible crunching noises and snaps and strange pings, and there are nails flying out of the walls. You know, it's getting a little tense.
So I'm gonna ride the wave. That was supposed to be a pun. And grab one of those stools and just bang that crap out of the door in front of me. I assume that goes down.
Okay, so you can go ahead and roll me a strength check right out in the open. Okay, you slam your stool. Once again, just like Gallus, you slam the stool against the door. The door doesn't give. The stool, smashes to pieces. And you're holding, basically, two small partial clubs that are a little bit, disjointed at the ends as the legs kind of come off in your hands, and you just kind of stare at the door as everything's rocking around you.
I look over the other guys and say, it's cheap imported furniture, guys. It's your turn.
Cumberbatch.
Yeah. They should have gone to IKEA. I will. I'll walk towards the door. Is the door in front of me, or is it?
That door is kind of in front of you. The one that goes down into the hold. Yep. There's one in front of you. There's one in front of Fletch, and then there's one that's in between the two of you that goes up.
Okay, so let me try the key.
Okay. With an action, you're able to unlock it. Not an issue at all. You're able to unlock the door.
Okay, and I will very stealthily try and open it and peek at the door and see if there's anyone on the other side, hopefully without arousing much suspicion.
All right, so you can go ahead and move into the room if you wish. And you will see that you are alone. There is nobody else in the hold. Of course, you see that there are stairs over on the far side that go up, most likely up to the deck and such.
Okay, I guess we start searching this place for our equipment.
Yep. You do see that there are boxes and barrels over there. There's boxes and barrels that probably, if back in your day, that's where you kept the booty. You kind of threw it down in the hold so you guys could go back to wherever you were going to go, and you'd split it up there. So the booty looks like it's there. Awesome. So that should take care of all of you. Now, I would like, at disadvantage from all of you, your choice of athletics or acrobatics, as the whole ship is slammed. Ooh. Okay. Only Gallus's large feet protect him.
Clown feet.
Yeah, his big clawed feet. His big feet protect him from falling down. He falls to a knee, but the other two of you are actually thrown to the ground prone as the ship rolls and cracks literally across the center. There is now a crack right here in the middle of the ship. And Cumberbatch, you can see, being in the hold right now, you can see the sea beginning to bubble up through that crack in the ship.
Okay.
At this point, gents, I would like to tell each of you, you have 10 seconds each to make your choices and then advance your turn. So, starting now, Fletch, go.
Okay, so I'm going to head over to the open door, and on the way by, I'm going to hand Gallus one of my sticks, and then I'm going to head over and see what I can see in the room, because I don't know what Cumberbatch knows.
Okay. Do you wish to use a dash action, because it's half your movement to stand up from prone?
How far can I go?
If you were to do a dash action, it'd be 45 feet total.
Okay, hold on. I gotta clear that. I'm trying.
Yep, you cleared it. And keep in mind, the squares that have that line in them, those are considered to be... You don't want to step in that line. You want to jump over that line. Or else you'll land in the ocean.
I'm hoping that this thing in the center is something I can hold on to, right?
Yep, that's the base of the mast. Yep.
Don't know that I'm going to be in the middle of it, but I want to grip it like a child grips its mother.
Okay, so you come down and you go ahead and you grab a hold of that. And you walk into the room. You're like, holy shit, everything is going on. You can see the sea bubbling in. So you may go ahead and advance your turn.
Yeah, I'm going to yell at Cumberbatch, what the heck?
Gallus, you are not prone, so you will have your full movement, but you have 10 seconds to tell me what you would like to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to head to Cumberbatch to check out some of those containers over there.
Okay. So as you're moving across, now typically you would not need to roll to jump over a little 5-foot space like that. You would not normally have to do that, but because the way the ship is pitching and yawing, you will need to make an athletics check to jump over the 5-foot section. So please make me an athletics check as you are drawing out your movement. You can do it right out in the open. And let's hope you don't get below a 5. A 10 is success. Failing by 5 means you will fall into the crack in the floor. Ooh, so you jump right over the top of it and land on the other side.
See, the large feet are perfect.
Those big feet. Okay, would you like to do anything else while you're right there? You got a couple seconds left.
That's it.
Awesome. All right, Cumberbatch, you got 10 seconds. Let me know what you'd like to do. You are currently on the floor, so to stand up from prone, it is half your move.
Yeah, so I'm going to get up, go close to this area,
Okay.
and just start searching for stuff.
Okay. After one round of searching, you will discover your gear, your specific gear. So you will have all of your stuff. Of course, you will not have enough time to put it on right now because donning armor actually takes time, like minutes, which you guys, definitely understand you don't have.
Yep, that's fine. I shout that the stuff's probably over here. And is this my action? I can't do anything else now?
Yep, that is your action, is to search and find your stuff. Okay, so Fletch, it is your turn. The crack is getting wider. Gallus is actually standing kind of half in, half out of the crack. It is right under his feet.
Okay, so I'm going to head over and to my matching post over here.
Okay.
I'm not going through the wood, but
I understand. I understand what you're trying to do.
So
give me an athletics check. The DC has increased. It is now a 12. If you roll a 7 or lower, it is going to be into the drink you go.
Athletics or acrobatics? I'm
athletics.
Sorry.
Jumping is always athletics.
Okay.
All right, you make it over with ease, and are over there able to grip onto the mast of the other side there. And would you like to search for your gear as well?
Yes, I need my bow. I'm like a child. I have my toys.
Okay, you will find your gear in a barrel over there, and that is your action.
And if there's any time left in my action, I'm grabbing that column.
Okay. All right, Cumberbatch, you have your barrel or your crate of stuff right there in front of you.
So I picked my stuff up and tell everyone, get your stuff and let's get on deck. I think it's going to be the safest place. So I assume that these
The stairs over here on the far side of the hold, that's all open. So you can actually go up that direction, yes.
Yeah.
Those aren't boats in the middle of the room, are they?
They are boats. But the two boats that are to the north side there, they got cracked along with the ship that you're riding. The two southern boats have not been cracked yet. Cumberbach, if you want to, you could actually use a dash action to get to the top of the stairs and bring you outside.
I think I need to. I'll just wait. No, I think I'm going to wait for everyone to get ready.
Okay.
I don't want to just jump alone in the middle of the top deck. But I'll just egg people on.
Okay.
Say, yep.
Very good. So you don't want to jump ship without your companions. I am perfectly fine with that.
Yep.
All right, Gallus, I need a dexterity saving throw out of Gallus as the ship is beginning to disintegrate under his feet. So dexterity saving throw is on the right side of the main tab. Just go ahead and click on your dexterity saving throw. Ooh, a 6. A 6, I will say, is more than enough. You feel like your weight is kind of falling backwards a little bit as the floor is beginning to give way beneath you. So you can't stand here much longer because it's about ready to give way and you're about ready to go for a swim.
Okay, so I need to, I guess, go and find my gear, or I could ask. I'll go over and try to find my gear.
Okay, not a problem. You go on over there. It'll take an action for you to find your gear, which is easy enough. You find a little crate that has your stuff in it. You still have 20 feet of movement, so you can use that if you'd like.
Yeah, and then I'll go over to the boat on the right side there.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's an action if I just try to grab or pick up the boat.
You can move to it and like hold on to it, like use it to steady yourself, but I'll tell you when you get over to the boat. As you look at things. You see that the boat, now that you're actually here and holding on to it and you kind of are a little bit more secure with it, you can see that the boat is actually tied into the wall with 3 sets of lashings.
So that's going to take an action to release that, isn't it?
An action for each set, yes. But you can go ahead and advance your turn, sir. And...
Also, I tell Fletch what I see, that we need to get this boat off and try to bring it up to the top deck, but it's going to take some time to cut it loose.
Okay.
Okay, now as it comes around to the top of the next turn, okay, as you can see, the lines have gotten wider. That is a gap that is currently in the ship. The prow, the bow of the ship, that is going under very, very fast. So those 2 boats that are up there, those are gone at this point. The 2 boats that are closest to you guys on your side, they're still lashed to the walls. And you could release them and technically probably even, launch from down here if you wanted to try.
So I'm going to yell over at Cumberbund and say, hey.
Cumberbund!
Oh, that slipped out. And say, hey, will the boat work? And if he says, yeah, I'm going to head on over to here and pull my sword and try to cut a couple of those lashings.
It should work, but we have to be careful. This thing moves around. If we cut that boat loose, that sort of boat can be flying back and forth through this hull. We've got to be very careful. Once we cut it, we've got to really grab hold of it.
Cumberbund has watched my stream, apparently.
No. I am a sailor. I know these things.
Yes, but he is correct. If you start cutting the lashings free, you could make that into a projectile weapon that flies around what's left of the cabin.
Be careful. Be careful.
Okay, so your recommendation was to go to the surface then, right?
My recommendation is if someone cuts it, the other one has to be grabbing, or you have to be grabbing it. So first we grab it, and then someone goes and cuts it. I wouldn't start cutting until it's really well
Secured.
We've got it secured. Yeah.
Well, Gallus right now has his big, beefy dragon claw on there, kind of holding it still. So.
So I'm just going to cut it like with a knife type cut.
Okay.
Instead of, I'm not going to do any like over the head whack at it or anything.
Nothing
take Gallus's hand off. Yeah, right. No fanciness.
Okay, so I will say that one of the 3 lashings, is now off it. So you are good to go. And that was my action and movement correct? And stuff. Yep.
Okay, and then I'm going to just go ahead and grab for security because, well, I'm scared out of my bejeebers.
Yeah, you should be.
And pass my turn.
All right, Gallus. Now, Gallus, what would you like to do? You have a choice. You could either let go of the boat because Fletch is kind of holding on to it, but you saw that he cut through one of the ropes. What would you like to do?
After I say, "Watch my hand, human," I try to cut that out of the rope.
Okay, so you reach in, you cut a rope. Not an issue. However, I do want both Gallus and Fletch to roll me a strength saving throw. This is more or less to see if you guys are able to hold on to the boat, as it now is only being moored by a single rope. And see if it gets away from you guys and starts bouncing everywhere.
Open or tower?
Open. Let's do it right out in the open. We'll see if you guys... What fate befalls all of you. Fletch's hand kind of slips off it as it begins to wiggle. We'll see what Gallus's does here in a moment.
Damn slimy boats.
Yep. Ooh, Gallus's hand flies off it as well. Uh-oh. Okay, so Gallus, you can go ahead and advance your turn, sir. Sweet! Fletch, you were just purchased a point of inspiration by the chat, so you be sure to add that back to your character sheet. Cumberbach, you were
Thank you, chat.
Purchased a point of inspiration as well.
Thank you.
And another one will be coming in for Gallus here in a moment, but it is currently on cooldown, so they have not yet gotten it. All right, so Cumberbach, it is your turn.
Okay, so I think I need to go and help with that boat. So I'm going. So there's still one more piece of rope, right?
Yep, closest to the crack in the floor, which is actually no longer a crack. Now it is a wide gulf in the floor. And Gallus, go ahead and add a point of inspiration to yourself as well, also purchased for you by chat. So yes,
okay.
Cumberbach, you can go, but it's awful close. You're gonna have to get real close to that edge, and where things are pitching and yawn, you may need to make a dexterity saving throw when you go over there.
Well, I've got a halberd, so that's a 10-foot pole, so maybe I can just get my halberd to just chop that rope from a distance.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but you'll need to make an attack roll for that one.
Yeah, so I'm about there, and then I'll try and make an attack roll against that rope.
Okay, so you start wandering forward, and with your halberd out, you throw it. Hey, and you clip it. Excellent.
Okay.
So that is your action. You have now cut it free from the wall.
Yeah, as I suspected. No. Okay, so as a bonus action, can I just put my hand on it so it doesn't, just sort of help it not move.
You can
With,
put your
all
hand
the-
on it, yes. Okay, I will say that you put your hand on it to kind of say, okay, boat, stay put. Be good, boat. Be good. You know, kind of
Yeah,
sit, ubu, sit, good dog kind of thing.
Yep.
And as you end your turn, I would like all three of you to make me a strength saving throw at disadvantage. As the boat rocks horribly badly as another large wave slams into it. Wow, I can't believe all three of you made that. The boat hit the little skiff that you guys have here, slams into your legs. None of you decide to move. You're all like, screw that, I'm not moving. And it bumps into you guys. You're able to hold on to it, kind of push it out into the water a little bit. And as you do so, you're able to climb into it with your gear and such. The rest of the ship goes down around you. As it goes down, it kind of clips the end of the skiff that you're in, and it's now leaking. It's not a good skiff anymore. It is a bad skiff, but it will do its job. And its job is... Let me put everybody back. We're on the original map again here, gents, just in case if you want to see. As you open your eyes, you can see and smell the salt air. To what you now realize is south of you is land. It's been days, weeks maybe, you don't know. Umberlee and Lathander have taken their turns beating on you, either with Lathander's eyes staring down at you, causing you to feel the heat of his gaze, or Umberlee attempting to drown you as she summons wave after wave and attempts to engulf you in her warm, bitchy embrace. But slowly, ever so slowly, you swear you can hear the sounds of a port as they begin to drift. You hear in your mind, as your eyes are swollen shut with salt and blood, you think you hear screams and yells. Some of you swear that you opened your eyes long enough to see a bunch of young boys and girls, all ebony-skinned humans, running to a beach and pulling at your bodies as you clutch and cling to your belongings in their crates. But now, you're all awoken. Ahead of you, or above you, stands a number of women. Ebony skinned, some of them half-elves from the north, some of them, dwarves of a goldish hue. All of these females are wearing white robes with white caps. They have scarves, headscarves of long white linen, and you're in a room full of beds. Just rows upon rows of beds. In between each bed is a gossamer mosquito net. And next to your bed is a small table with some water and a small bowl. Your eyes flitter open and you can see these people around you. Your lips are dried and cracked and sore from too much salt. Your skin is blistering and tender to the touch. Even Gallus, who's typically immune to the effects of a sun, even his scales have begun to molt off and fall away in places as open sores and bloody blisters are broken on his skin from sun exposure. You feel dry. You feel like you're baked leather. Every movement, your eyes shifting left to right, even that is painful for you as you begin to sit up and stir in your hospital beds. You hear a woman yell in a language none of you are aware of. You've never heard this language before. And a man dressed in a short-sleeved white shirt, white linen pants, older human, He looks like he's from the north, but he's seen his fair share of sun as well, with a deep tan. Yes, nurse. They're awake! They're finally awake! I see. Well, I'm sure these three have quite the story to tell. He kind of looks over at your beds. Gentlemen! Lay back. Rest. Relax. You're safe now. And while not probably the one thing you really wanted to see, this is the way you got here. Welcome to Port Nyanzaru of Chult. Gentlemen, this is the end of game session number 1. Congratulations, you've lived to reach Port Nyanzaru, and you are now on the course of the Death Curse and figuring out what the hell is going on in Chult. Congratulations, gentlemen.
Thank you.
That was great. That was great.
Sweet.
Thanks, guys.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's episode of Tomb of Annihilation. This is session 1, or, some people may call this a session 0, but this is session 1. It's the first time the players have gotten together and really gotten to go someplace. We will be back in 2 weeks at 3 p.m. Eastern. If you wish to play in this game, please be sure to message us over in Discord. We have at least 2 slots open. I'll have to double check with one of our players to see if he will be here for the next game session. The other players will join us as these 3 begin their search through Port Nyanzaru and pick up the trail of the Death Curse and their investigation. Of course, their lady, who was on board with them, they don't know where she went. She's gone. She's disappeared. We shall find out what happens next time. So, ladies and gents, for myself, for Susie Q, for everybody here at GeoQuester Gaming, for my patrons, and for my players, thank you so very much for coming by this afternoon, and we will see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you
Bye.
very much. Bye.